Good afternoon, Edson. Gord Fortin here with the Edson Leader, and this is this week's editorial. Public transit, is it needed? Well, if you look at the results of the recently released transportation survey, you will think, yes, it is. 90% of those surveys received said, yes, it is needed. Now, one can definitely understand, if we had a transit system, it could save families some money. Those that don't have vehicles could take the bus to daycare, drop kids off, and then get a bus ride to work afterwards. That would save, definitely money, since either you would have to walk or take a taxi cab and pay upwards of $20 for the double trip. Not to mention the trip after work, pick up the kids to go home. Now, unfortunately, what will probably end up being the final nail in the coffin if this gets implemented or not will be cost. I personally do not see Town Council approving this ahead of stuff like the West End sewer line and other infrastructure projects. It's unfortunate, but when you look at the situation, I think it is the most likely scenario. Other naysayers say it's not needed at all. They figure because Edson is so small, you can walk from one end of town to other in a very short time frame. We don't need public service. And by public service, I mean transit. Compelling argument also, I'm sure there are thousands of Edsonites that have proven that you can walk from one end of town to the other in a short time span, which is great. However, a lot of areas don't have proper sidewalks to get to where you need to go. Look at Glenwood. To get from Glenwood to the rest of town, unfortunately not all sidewalks are properly in place to travel safely, especially if you gotta pull strollers for kids and whatnot. Also, just because it's walkable that quickly in summer or nice weather, spring, summer, fall, winter is a completely different ballgame. Making that trip with, several inches of snow on the ground, as well as minus 40 weather, is completely different than the sun shining, clear roads, clear sidewalks, and you don't have to wear 16 layers of clothing to keep warm. Now, that being said, one has to look at the people who have spoken positively and say, yes, they would probably use it and benefit from it. Now, hopefully, the town can iron out some details on this, maybe find some cheap buses or a society to run it, or maybe even take a certain society, maybe the Edson Transportation Society or other transportation services, take it over and amalgamate it into a transportation service using the existing infrastructure of said society. You already have the drivers, you already have the vehicles. All you need to do is iron out schedules and figure out a decent user fee or bus permit or whatever you want. You already have the driver, as we said, you already have the bus. You just iron out those details and you could probably get this up and running quickly. All you have to do is figure out scheduling. Do you want to go every hour, every 2 hours, one run during the standard, start of the workday, one maybe during lunch, one also at the end of the standard workday, something like that. Definitely all possibilities, but hopefully this is something that at least numbers will be crunched, scenarios will be presented, and maybe it'll make the cut, maybe it won't, maybe it'll take a couple of years, but in the end, I think the results of that survey speak for themselves. Again, my name is Gord Fortin. This is the Edson Leader. Thank you for watching.